Welcome back, everybody! You thought you had a break. We didn't. We just got told by production that they were only about 3 or 4 minutes into the game, so we said, let's go. Let's go back into game. Right, having a look at it. Unfortunately, Nymeara, you didn't get what you wanted. There is, in fact, a Zika on the Aatrox.
Okay, well, we get some really good answers, and we're back to live. We are no longer sightseeing or revisiting the past. And we get ourselves, again, similar top lane matchup. Scout on Nico, though. Did not expect that to go through. I think Scout has had a couple of shaky performances this year, but the Nico was one of the picks he really made a dent on last year. Being able to be that initiation threat in the go button from mid lane. Maybe that's what LNG can use to seal out the series.
Yeah, completely agree with you on that one. Let's see what we can go for. And again, just kind of moving in on this kind of style of things. Looking at the two compositions, I do think that the Senna and the Kalista have been just kind of traded tap for tap. I think the big difference comparatively in the last game to this one is we have Scout on an initiator, someone who can actually start the fight off. Having that Nico is going to be, in my opinion, could be such a huge difference maker.
Yeah. So between 2022 and 23, it felt like mid laners were tested in another aspect of their gameplay, playing stuff like Nico, Annie, stuff like Ahri as well sometimes. You have to be a go button. He doesn't have the go button right now, as grubs are going up. It is currently a 3v3.
3v3, no more waiting for fights, no more waiting for things to happen. We're going to make them happen right here, right now. Scout taking a lot of damage as he's ignited and ticking down. He does have the shadows to help him, but maybe he doesn't have enough. Rookie flashes in, trying to get the damage down. Scout just about keeps himself alive, but they do lose the heal and the flash off of Gala as well. But now Shanji, he's searching. He won't find anybody.
I think Rookie made a mistake there. He went for the QE, the burning carpet, instead of going for the QW, looking for the execute. I know he tried to just get the easy passive onto Scout, but he miscalculates it. Could have got a kill there. Either way, NIP walk away with a might steal from Aki. He ward hops away, hops back in, gets the smite. Very, very classy from him, and it means that they will get all three early on. Get ourselves a replay of whatever the heck happened up here too. As looks like it was an that's why he was in his all out already. That makes sense. We forced the flash out, and as exchange for his ult and his ghost. 3 grubs to the side of NIP. Dragon still up. That'll probably be the next contested objective. And with the Kalista Renata resetting for the boots too on Photic, he's in a pretty good spot to try and fight if NIP do want to contest.
Wait to see. Right now, NIP just happy with the way that things are going. I do like the fact that we're seeing Aki onto the Lee Sin as well. Something that, again, just becomes the standard. If you want to be considered a good jungler, you got to be on something like the Lee Sin just to get things going for yourself. But for now, everything is hunky-dory, shall we say, for the side of NIP. You know, they're not going to be too upset unless they do end up wanting to look for a fight here. LNG Scout, not level 6.
Level 6 is Scout off of Vision and has his ult. I think it does from the way it's lit up there. Herald is level 5.
Oh, 50-50. They're going to look for it. Went down to 43 HP. It is secure by the side of LNG, but they lose their jungler, and that's first blood. Now Scout getting jumped on here. It's a trade of 2 for 1. You can see Photic just putting in the spears right now. Thought about going for a little bit of a flash over the wall. Didn't want to commit to it that hard, but still 2 for 1 in favor of NIP.
Okay, so Dragon over to the side of LNG. All the same, though. So, who gets the kills? 2 kills to Photic on the Kalista. Ouch. It's going to be a bit of a pain point. It's not always going to be the easiest game for this Kalista, especially with Scout on Nico being able to deny so much space for them to hop around in this team fight. Scout here, I was a little bit weirded out because I saw the level 5, but I saw the ult icon. I was like, he has ult, by the way. That's exactly what he uses here. Aki not quite able to get the steal. 43 HP off. Close run thing. Scout manages to secure some space, but not enough to secure his life all the same. Close run stuff in a much more active early game than the first 2 games.
Yes, much more active. And now, see what they can make with this now, because at the moment you're looking at 2 kills being picked up there for Photic is massive in this early game. Really sets them up for success, and exactly what you want from your Kalista. It's not just good enough to get the early tower, it's not just good enough to get early plates, you have to be getting early kills. Otherwise, it does feel like it's just not really going to be, kind of building up to the pick you expect it to be, or that we have seen it to be in so many previous years.
1 plate already down on the spot lane turret, because they have so much fighting potential, and Photic can keep hopping out of turret range after he auto-attacks someone. It's much harder for Gala and Hung to continually stay and wave clear. They don't really have the ability to insta-clear the wave in the way that they want to. Is that potentially, LNG will need to call down some reinforcements to stop too much gold bleeding out through bot lane.
Let's wait and see. 2 plates going over. That's a nice little start. 2,000 gold now for NIP. Maybe they heard us talking smack. Maybe they were like, look, you're right. We were a bit slow in that first game, but we are still a 6-1 team. We are still tied for first in the table with Billy. We need to be respected regardless of how you want to put that. So NIP doing exceptional work right now in this early stages just to give them that bit of an advantage. But it is very, very early days right now in Nymeara. There's still plenty of League of Legends to be played.
Waiting to see if NIP can get themselves 6 grubs as well. Spawning in a minute. Got themselves some top lane push. Looks like the mid jungle for them too is doing pretty well. Aki getting into the enemy jungle. Teleport in from Scout, so he'll be able to push out the wave nonetheless. Waiting to see if NIP actually roams someone up towards that. You can see Photic sees the recall from Gala and Hung. Won't be matching the resets though, just yet. So if it were to be a fight around grubs, he would not be there.
We'll wait. There's nothing really to be fought over until the grub spawn now in a couple of seconds. But even then, don't know if either team really wants to. Actually, I feel like LNG really would want to try and deny that from the Cassante, just having those 6 grubs. It feels like it's not an important thing until it is an important thing. So now WeiWei, he's going to get jumped on here. Might have to use the Crescent Guard. Doesn't, but he loses half his HP because of it.
Yeah, gonna get a little bit of a love tap from the center in terms of the healing. It means that he's just a little bit lower when he's looking for some presence around these grubs. Can he get back in time? He's healing a little bit off of the Krugs towards topside. NIP, they don't want to pin themselves into the pit right now, even though Shanji has himself some topside pressure. And all things said and done, LNG looks like they back off. Aki, free reign on the grubs right now.
Free range, should be able to get up to 4 at minimum. If he gets to 5, that's when this gets a little harder here for LNG. It looks like they want to try and contest it. Flash is available for Scout. It does have the Pop Blossom. The division as well to try and secure that setup. 5, and yeah, leave. You don't need to contest for the 6-1. Having 5 is just perfect enough for the side of NIP.
Yeah, too dangerous to have the engage combo of Scout overlaid with Gala's own engage. While this is happening, NIP, they win out the majority of the grubs, and they also get to 4 plates taken on the bot side turret as well. Photic going to be supercharged in terms of that Kalista. One thing that we saw, we've seen a couple of times recently actually, is how Kalista can sometimes struggle to actually get damage down in team fights itself, especially against picks like Aatrox and Nico. Feels like there's so much space which is dangerous for you to step into. You need to be very careful about where you position. See how Photic can manage on this pick.
Here they go. For now, everyone just happy to trade back, ping-pong the waves. It's a big match for NIP. 7-1. You offered that to any of our teams. Maybe bar BLG at the start of the split. Yeah. They would take it. Every single one would. And it just feels like this is a big, big moment here for NIP to really solidify themselves as a top 10 contender. And hell, like, we're getting to the point where we will start, you know, securing teams into playoffs. We will start to, Pop Blossom, Photic. He gets flashed on. He cleanses a little bit too late, but he is still good for the moment until the dawning sky breaks upon him. And all he sees is that beautiful, beautiful angel take him off to heaven.
That's very flowery. I'm sure that's not the language she's speaking in comms right now. It is a really big overstep from Photic. Most powerful player on his team right now. Blade of the Ruin King built up from the Kalista. Scout, fantastic pickoff. Gets away from vision and punishes the enemy AD carry. He's going to buy a bit brief respite. But now Gala and Hung, they have well overstayed on this bot side. Yeah, this feels like a bit of an overstep right now. Hung does have flash, will use it, will not get hit by the handshake. And that should keep his life in his own hands for the moment. But Dragon was secured by NIP. Now we'll wait to see where everyone wants to go with this one and see what kind of match-ups they can take. No flash, remember, or ult onto Scout. So he's in a lot of trouble. They are going to go all out, and they're going to choose the correct one. Shanji says, nah, Photic, you don't get revenge. I gave you vengeance. No flash, no ult. No hope to get out of that play. So Scout goes down. Wonder if actually Photic can get himself a mid lane play. It'd be nice for him if he was able to do so. He knows where Zika is. He knows where the bot lane is. Scout is dead. The only person he needs to be afraid of is WeiWei. Now that he's confidently put that Sentinel down into the enemy turret, that's more than enough for him to walk up and take 1 plate from mid lane. How did this happen here? He's looking for vision, and he just agrees a little bit more. Scout, early flashes. That's really key here. No way for Photic to get out of that knock up and into the CC. You can cleanse a little bit afterwards. It's not enough to get him away.
come back in. Still very close in terms of this game. But as you mentioned, Photic's so very, very powerful. And Shanji not getting too far away from it either. He's one of those champions that it looks like he's built no items because he builds half of everything and then just finishes them all in one quick swoop, ends up on 2 items out of nowhere. So for now, it is fine for the side of NIP. LNG not doing too shabby either. Not completing many items. Got the rocket belt for Scout, which will help him with this potential fight around the Rift Herald. No TP, though, for Shanji to really contest it, so I imagine that NIP are just probably going to let this one go.
We'll have to see about that. Rookie hasn't got himself the Seraph's Embrace just yet. Be very nice for him once he does get that one. Makes it harder to take him down in a burst combo on the backline. We've seen a lot more Seraphs coming through. We did see a bit of Luden's companion at the start of the season when Hui was starting to get played a bit more, but as it stands, Shanji no teleport. He's going to get himself bot lane turret. 5 grubs makes it easy to do so. Herald is going to go over to the side of LNG. And NIP get themselves the immediate dopamine hit of getting some extra gold, but they need to really protect against this Herald. If LNG can start opening up the map in their own favor, they can get themselves some breathing room, get themselves some vision down, and then they can maybe start getting Zika into the game from that.
Yeah, Zika going straight back for that lethality build. Not your favorite, as we know, but...
Well, no, I like the build. I just think it's hard to play, and if you're a struggling team, then why would you put that difficulty on yourself?
True.
Why would you not pick something easier there? Like, we've seen some players do absolute monstrous things in it. I mean, even someone like Birdall's had some great moments. It's just very, very variable performance.
This is just a really good movement here from LNG to try and bait them into the turret. They'll get the kill onto the Lee Sin, but a double TP does mean that Shanji can keep everybody away as they try to jump in on top of Rookie, but a Q3 not going to land. WeiWei taking so much damage right now. No Ghost available. There's the Fate's Call coming in. They're trying to seal their fate. The hostile takeover is just that. They take them and turn them on their friends. And this is a great bit of play here from NIP. It looked like LNG had gotten the rug over the... taken the rug from underneath them, but they just turned it around so beautifully.
Yeah, Gala and Hung were not roaming up to the play. Photic and Zhuo get there first. They're not going to be able to take down the mid lane outer turret. So at the grand end of this play, you've got a lot of gold going to the side of NIP, particularly over to Shanji, who's now on 3 kills on the Cassante. Dangerous run stuff. And when we go back into this replay, big thing is, of course, that the tower dies before anyone can take aggro. You're not getting extra tower damage on target here. Rookie gets to control a lot of space, particularly with the flaming carpet coming through. And that sets up for a chase down from Shanji because the initial damage has already been done. The range of Hui comes into its own here too. The QWs, when low health bars are on the table, is enough to really make a difference. And even with the Sentinel after that point, it does not make up that difference.
Now it's starting to feel like NIP are picking up the pace, running ahead of the game. 3,000 gold up, Dragon just about to spawn. They're in control here. They'll have their summoners up for Photic and for Aki, so a flash kick onto Gala could be very much on the cards, or even flash kick onto Scout, or even just a kick onto Scout to stop him from getting into the fight. Could be a huge moment here. As you can see, Photic and Zhuo just trying to keep as much of the vision control as they possibly can before this Dragon spawns.
Well, given that Photic's pretty strong too, I think a flash kick onto pretty much anyone. Yeah, well, we'll say even Hung or WeiWei. I think you can maybe not something that kills you anyway. That could be enough damage. The ult from Rookie just barely missing. That's a chance lost.
Chance lost, but a flash gone from Gala means he has no response should he get caught out now by anything, except for the Devour from the side of the Tam Kench. Photic will be able to heal a little bit off of this now. They drop the Rift Herald into mid lane, going to drop it into that turret fairly quickly. A reset from Rookie, as he does have himself at the Seeker's Arm Guard. So he's got Azanya's potential to make this one work for him and his team. Here we go. He's going to flash in! 4-man knock him on the Pot Blossom, but can't they get the damage after the fact? There's the hostile takeover doing work. They just can't kill off anyone here. And they drag WeiWei right back into their team and say, you got a good ult, but that was about it. Now Shanji needs to be very careful with how he takes this rest of this fight. He's got himself a little bit of an ult to come into this. He's trying to dodge, but he had nowhere to go. And it's a 1-for-1, but LNG importantly lost themselves their jungler.
The Pot Blossom was top draw, but draw answers in kind with the hostile takeover. That's the only thing which saves NIP from absolute disaster. In any other fight, a 4-man Pot Blossom would absolutely ruin things. At the end of that, mid lane tower falls. The Herald was the thing that started that one off. It feels like Scout on this Nico It's a very dangerous thing to let through. He's gotten already a lot of big plays. Our best players in the LPL know how to make the most of this. Herald starts up, and it is just... Oh, that's nasty. Using the center shroud to hide the minions just a little longer. Gives him an extra chance to go into the fight. I think that NIP just let that slip. There was a brief moment where they could have spotted the minions. I think that center shroud, though, just gave them a little bit of a head scratcher. They get caught out just about.
Back in now. The Dragon started up here. Thanks for the leash for the moment here. LNG really need to try and secure this one. Stop the stacking going down. Here we go. Fight comes in. LNG secure it. Now they're going to look for the fight after the fact. The Crescent Guard doesn't get WeiWei to safety just yet. He's going to get knocked back and killed off. 20 seconds till the Baron spawns. If they get another kill onto someone like a Hung, they're going to be able to get so much value out of this. He has no flash. He has no support. And they're going to be able to so much from this. The Abyssal Dive does not lead him to safety. That's mid lane turret. That could be the Baron as well. They could just turn and burn for it.
I mean, it's just spawning now. There's no smite on the table. WeiWei could get there in time for the Baron to finish, I'd imagine, because you don't have something like Leandries. You do have the Rage Blade and the Ren stacks. It's good damage, but even then, it would be an uneven fight. LNG, are you going to contest? You've already taken mid lane out of turret. I think they have to walk up and just try their luck.
Gotta do it. There's a TP coming in here as well from the Aatrox. They've got WeiWei coming in very soon. There's so many spears in this from the Ren stack. Stout looking for something. Will get a 3-man Pop Blossom, but there's the hostile takeover doing again. Just great work. The smite comes in. The Ren confirms. Baron is given over to the side of NIP. There goes Scout. They have got the bailout, but it's not going to be enough for Cassandre. This Aatrox is massive. Zika is doing so much here, but can he survive?
Photic.
No, he can't, because Photic is doing more. He's just dancing with death, dancing with the devil. They get everything on top of him and finally take him down. It's 2 kills to 2 in this massive movement here, as we can see WeiWei now hunting for Rookie. Hung trying to see if he can get on top of him as well. Rookie will be going down, and they will be gifting that one over to the Xin Zhao as well. Zhuo will fall. The Baron is secured, but the fight goes over to LNG.
Oh my word. 4 members dead of NIP after they managed to secure the Ren onto the Baron. But once again, who is it? Suspect number 1, Mr. MVP from last year, Scout on Nico. 3-man Pop Blossom starts things off well. Now, you do have the Seraph Shield from Rookie, which means that he doesn't go down very cleanly and he can put down some extra damage, but just the CC and the initial burst makes it much easier for the cleanup to come round. Senna's not touched. Zika gets to do an extra bit of damage too, and LNG just about managed to walk away with the health bars in their advantage. It felt like it was a question for a little while, but they did the hard work with the initiation at the start of it.
Did everything they needed to do. LNG, they will not let this game go without a fight. It did feel like NIP were starting to maybe pick up the pace, run away with this one a little bit, but for the moment, it is starting to build back into LNG. Just keep them in touch. Keep them within touching distance. 3-0-4 at the moment onto Gala is kind of crazy for this Senna. Really accelerating his build and getting him back on track with kind of dealing with this damage. And you can see those long extended fights between himself and Photic. If the 80 carries are left to do their thing, it's very difficult to actually contest them.
But it is. You can't give those opportune fights to the AD carries, especially at these item breakpoints. Gala with that amount of kills has a lot of extra gold. Sometimes the fasting center has a little bit less of it. The kills very much make up some of that difference. NIP, they still have the 1 Baron buff, even though they lost 4 members in the ensuing fight. They're in a gold lead. Get to push in across the map, and that's going to help them control the vision. So maybe Zika can't get himself, again, one of those flanks which can turn things. We can't get into melee range, just start mashing through NIP. We'll see if they can do that again.
Suddenly gotten very tense in this series. It was a slow game 1. It was a much more scrappy affair in game number 2, but now game number 3.
Do you want me to talk about rice cookers again?
I do not, unfortunately. Will it break the tension? Sure, but it does feel like both these teams hungry. Gala gets Hun shook. They got the hostile takeover, but they get the Devourer out. You see there, they're just trying to keep everyone from the side of LNG interested. The grey health is decent. The teleport comes out. That's going to be Scout joining in on this fight. Zika looking to try and maybe make something where he has to flash away, dash over the wall. Losing so much on this LNG. You can see the health bars here on NIP. Yes, it's Shanji, but he has TP, so they're going to be able to reset and come back out for this dragon, no problem.
Oh, slightly off on the angle on the hostile takeover, and Zika just slightly disconnected from the team. His team couldn't quite follow up. It is so close in these fights. You can see that they understand the corridors they need to be fighting in NIP. They fight for that vision control, and that's why we said that it'd be so important just with the one Baron buff. It allows them to push in for that. Yeah, mistimes his combo. We have ourselves Dragon up in the next minute. That will be soul point for LNG. The second one from NIP. Less important for them, but very important for them to deny it. Photic looking to skip and hop forward again.
Do something, flash in. Oh, not quite able to do it. Denied by the handshake, but can they get the fight after the fact? The flash in, the kick is good, and they get the all out as well. Gala is dead to rights as the Shanji rips and tears through him. Hong next on the chopping block. He tries to flash away. Will he be able to get over the wall? Yes, he does. But I mean, LNG, that was just such a perfect moment for them. They almost got Scout onto the backline, but that handshake was immaculate.
Absolutely insane. And on the aggressive front of that, Shanji and Aki rip and tear until it is done. Gala couldn't get in range of the Tom Gun. She didn't have the Devour anyway at the start of that fight, which meant that he couldn't retreat back to safety. And LNG, they have fought oh so hard. Both of these teams have had their moments in the sun. Feels like the sun is setting just a little bit in this game 3 in front of the home arena for LNG.
Have a look at the replay here, because like just insane to think about how this one goes, because it's just so well done. That handshake, oh, chef's kiss.
That's game saving. That is game saving. Zhuo is not a player that we often talk about in regards to like the elite supports of the LPL all the time, because we talk about Mako and we talk about, I guess, Ming in the past and missing, of course, and on. That is top draw. Hats off to Zhuo. Photic and Zhuo have had a good series on the whole, and because that might just be series winning.
Insane. Great to see it happening for NIP. Like we said, this was a moment where they needed to kind of figure stuff out. Rookie just walks away from a ward there, now realizes, you know what, with Baron coming up in 30 seconds, I should probably take that away. So goes back, does his homework a little bit. Now we come back into this one. Now, let's take stock of items. No vision whatsoever, but let's have a quick stock of summoners and items. Aki uses Flash in that last play to kill off the Senna. Flash is available for pretty much everybody else that has them available to. Also, Hui, the rookie, has himself, rookie on Hui, has himself a stopwatch. So even if he gets caught out, he should be fine. This next fight could be game... What happened? What?
I don't know. Why were they even there? They should have been prepping for Baron. Now they're getting caught up in mid lane. The 2-for-1! Oh, it's a disaster. It is a disaster. From looking to contest around the vision, LNG have fallen apart at the seams.
I have never, in my life, been more anticlimactic in ever my casting career. That is the end of the game. That's it. Done. Dusted. It's 2-1. You can't reset. You cannot go past go.
Rookie's got Horizon Focus. Yeah. He keeps getting vision. He can just keep stopping him from recalling.
He can just stop him. I mean, what's Scout going to do? Scout's going to try and look like he's WeiWei, but that's just not going to do anything here because you don't have a flash. Your Pop Blossom's only going to do so much. I mean, they're going to try and defend it as best they possibly can. Zhuo will go down after the fact. Photic just keeping himself alive. Hop, skip, and a jump. NIP 2-1 and now 7-1 at the top of the table.
What a disaster. LNG, they could fight back. They were not out of that game. They had a chance to fight back. They had a teleport in Zika. I'm sure he could have found himself at least an entrance into a team fight. He could have been the one which ended them the game. What a fizzle to a banger of a couple of games once it started to get going. The early games were definitely very slow. We got into the late game, though. This team showed what they could do in the 5v5s. NIP, though, I mean, nothing taken away from them. They fought very hard to get back into this position. They had a hard loss in that series, too. But NIP, this was a massive benchmark for them, despite the fact that LNG had been very much off the boil. This is important to show that they can lane against some of the better players in the league, that they can